It's my honor to introduce to you my friend, by choice, Governor Bill Richardson.
Thank you very much. Everything Doug has said is totally true. And I want to, before I thank Doug and all the hosts, I want to recognize the First Lady of New Mexico, Barbara Richardson. Also, we got a lot of distinguished people that Doug has put together. That's you guys, and I appreciate it very much. But there are three individuals here, actually four, that I want to especially recognize that are longtime friends of mine. Ambassador Osman Siddiq. He was our ambassador in the Clinton administration. And then David Merrill, Ambassador David Merrill, Bangladesh. Ambassador Carl Kuhn, thank you very much, from Nepal. And President Carter's senior advisor on many issues, and a friend of mine who, when we rescued hostages around the world, he did a lot of them with me, Peter Bourne. Thank you. Actually, Peter Bourne was involved with me in this latest Iranian situation, the woman scholar, which hasn't gotten out, but I was just finding a way if maybe Peter can work with us to get that out. Because, you know, I think what Doug said is internationally, if you look where we are around the world, we're not in good shape. The war in Iraq, I have come out with the strongest position. I want to get all our troops out as soon as we can. No residual forces. Until our troops are out, we cannot have a political settlement, a peacekeeping force, stability in the region, protect our interests. And I think that's fundamental, because the fact that we are still in Iraq with $750 billion worth of our investment keeps us from dealing from healthcare, education, keeps us from dealing with international terrorism, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, dealing with AIDS and refugees, and a foreign policy of ideals that we have missed the last 7 years. And so, being here with you, and by the way, I apologize for being late. I want you to know, I landed at Dulles Airport at 11:30, and a normal drive here would get me right on time. But for some reason, there's some triathlon. and every road, you've got a traffic problem here. And I hereby want you to know that I'm for safe, efficient transportation. You know, but the reality of that is, as a country, I campaign in Los Angeles, and Miami, and Las Vegas. We have made a mess out of our transportation system. What we do is every 2 years, the Congress passes an annual highway torque bill. And all they do is fill up potholes, they extend lanes, and nobody looks about land use policies, commuter rail, light rail, energy efficient ways to transport ourselves. And this is a national problem. And I do mean, as part of my environmental standards, that we've got to find a way to travel as a nation more effectively, efficiently, and especially more energy efficient. And so, as I was thinking today, I was crossing the Roosevelt Bridge, and I said, what is Dougie thinking? Because I know Doug. You know, he's a pretty wound up guy. And I called him, and instead of saying, God, you know what, get over here, he was, hey, hang in there, pal. Put on your seatbelt. I said, what am I, the governor of New Jersey? He said, take care of yourself. You'll be here fine. He was so calm, which means that Doug, who's a dear friend, is doing well. That he's got 4 gyms. I mean, I knew this guy when he was nothing. I knew me when I was nothing. And you know, with pride, you know, when you run for president, you're always thinking, God, if I ask somebody to help or raise money, do they think that's an intrusion or a pain in the neck, or, you know, something that they don't like to do? Well, Doug called me. He called me about a week ago and he said, hey, I want to help. This is exactly what he said. He said, Senator Clinton's people want to have an event here at the gym. And I'm with you. So let's have an event at the gym. Should we do that, Bill? I said, yeah. How about in 3 days, Dougie? Actually, we were going to do it in October, but because tonight is the deadline for fundraising of all the presidential candidates, tonight at midnight, the end of the third quarter, where you're judged. You know, you're judged how you're doing. That's like another primer. Is Richardson in or out? Is Edwards going to raise what he did before? And Obama and Clinton, you know, they're in the stratosphere. But the rest of us are competing for number 3. And we have had a very good, consistent first quarter, second quarter. Now this third quarter, I think, is going to be good. I will say, if you are thinking of writing a check, if you could do it right now, because it has to be postmarked tonight, and we will show, I think, a very solid number.